All right, guys. Love seeing everybody's smiling faces out there every morning. This is good stuff. Guys, welcome to the weekly Master Agency Zoom session. I guess we don't call it a conference call anymore. It's a Zoom session because we all get to see each other. Welcome. And my name is Chris Cook. I'm Director of Symmetry Financial Group. Very proud to be so for 6.5 years, almost going on 7 years here pretty soon. So it's pretty awesome. So guys, welcome to the call today. We've got a star-studded lineup for you guys today. Got some little nuggets we're going to pass along. Hopefully adds value to your week. But like we do every week, we love starting it out with just really good essential things that we need to do as an organization, or not we need to do as an organization, things that it's awesome to brag to you guys about our weekly numbers and what we're doing out in the field. And so far, guys, you guys are killing it out in the field here lately. It's been amazing to see and just really impressive to watch. So listen to these leaderboards, folks. We've got some awesome leaderboards coming up for you today. All right, and making sure I've got them all in line. I do. Here's our weekly leaderboards this past week. Aaron Moore, 3,293 in production. Way to go, Aaron Moore. Julian Tate, no stranger to the last couple of weeks, 3,656. Love this one right here. Jason Marino, way to go, buddy. 4,743 in premium. Making sure I got everybody on board here. And we've got Paul Sharp. Way to go, Paul Sharp. 4,848. Strong business there, buddy. Val Zarn, no stranger to our leaderboards, 5,052. Way to go, Val Zarn. And now we're just now getting into the top five. Tracy Amaral, 5,248 in premium. Way to go, Tracy. We're starting to see your name up there a lot. Really proud of you, buddy. That's good stuff, Tracy. And number 4, we have Jordan Gillum. Way to go, Jordan. 5,723 in premium. We got Betsy Barr, no stranger to our leaderboards lately. 5,802, just absolutely killing it in debt-free life. Way to go, Betsy Barr. Number 2 spot. Listen to this number 2 spot number, guys. Jeffrey Miller, 10,626 in premium. That guy's just going off. I believe it's his second consecutive month over 25,000, which will put him as a top producer with Symmetry Financial. Way to go, Jeffrey Miller. And the number 1 spot, I think he may have to correct me. He's going to be on the call here in a little bit. Elijah, is it 5 straight or 6 straight? Give me the sign. 6. 6 straight weeks over 10,000 in production. Mr. Elijah Carujo coming in strong, $10,708.80 in premium. And also, our top 2 app count getters for the week were Jordan Gillum at 8 apps and Mr. Elijah Carujo at 8 applications as well. Congratulations both of you. Elijah, buddy, $10,708.80, 6 straight weeks over 10,000 in production. Folks, that is flat out getting it done. So way to go, buddy. And way to go, everybody that's on those leaderboards. It's just, you don't know how proud I am to read off those leaderboards and just see the growth in a lot of you guys and what you guys are doing out there and the people that you're leading. Love the leadership by example on this team right now. It's really good stuff. Getting into group of the week. So love talking about the group of the week, people. And as far as over 10,000 or more in a week teams, listen to this group of teams. So we got Joe Martinez and his organization, 10,927. We got Val Zarn and his organization, 11,415. We got Mark Neubauer and his organization. Oh, wait, no. Next on the leader, hey, we got a special announcement. I meant to mention this. So we got a new key leader. Got a new key leader, guys. Mr. Elijah Carujo as well. Super proud of him. Now he's on these leaderboards. $15,957 as a key leader group. That's not too shabby, my friend, coming in on that. Not to be outdone by my good buddy, Mr. Mark Neubauer, $24,085 in premium as a key leader, buddy. That's almost putting up in a week what you would do in a month just to get to agency owner. So I'm thinking the Neubauer won't be too far away from agency owner. Not too shabby, my friend. Number 1 group of the week. I'll make sure I got this right. Number 1 group of the week. Where's that number at? Oh, number 1 group of the week. Grant Reynolds and that organization, $25,657.32 agency owner category. That, sir, is some really, really good stuff. No stranger to leaderboards where we're at down there. And he's masked up already for his flight going down the thing. So super proud of everybody on that. I'm going to get into weekly business building leaderboards. STPs, 10 or more. Jared Gillum, Barry Davis. Way to go, gentlemen. Love you out there showing the plan more than anybody else. That's tremendous. Recruits for the week. Kathy Costa, 1 recruit. Barry Davis, 1 recruit. Grant Reynolds, 1 recruit. Joe Martinez with a recruit. Val Zarn with a recruit. Elijah Carujo with a recruit. And me and Tina, we had 2. Jeffrey Miller, you, sir, led the way. Not only in personal production were you number 2 overall, in recruiting, you had 3. Way to go, buddy. That is some super good stuff, Jeffrey Miller. Leadership by example, my friend. That is some great, great stuff there. Hey, I'm also, I think I've got time for the September leaderboards. We're going to get into everybody that wrote over 15,000 or more. We're going to top 6, $17,960 in APV. Miss Laura Davis. Way to go, Laura Davis. Super proud of you, buddy. Number 5 spot, we got Julian Tate at 18,243 at our number 5 spot for the past month. Way to go, Julian Tate, buddy. That's impressive. I think he did all that in the last 2 weeks. 18,000 just in the last 2 weeks. That's impressive, man. Super proud of you, Julian Tate. Number 4 spot, we got Jordan Gillum at $18,807 in premium. Number 3 spot, no stranger to our leaderboards, Miss Betsy Barr, DFL queen herself, $21,798.90. Way to go, Betsy Barr. Jeffrey Miller, number 2 spot. I told you, he's no joke. Hey, over 25,000 last month, over 25,000 again this month. $27,043 in premium. And this guy led us in app count and he led us in premium. And it's no joke what he did, folks. Mr. Elijah Carujo, number 1 for the month. 37 applications for 45,220 in APV. So, Elijah, buddy, I'm telling you, man, we're all thankful and grateful for your leadership and just what you're doing for the rising tide raises all ships. So everybody on this call owes a great deal of gratitude to you, buddy, and what you're going out there and doing. Just super impressed with you, young man, and the team that you're going to build here, buddy. That's good stuff. We'll hear from you here in a minute. We get into the teams for the month. Teams for the month. We got, let me look at this right here. We'll do the top 3 teams for the month. I think that'd be a good category. Top 3 teams for the month of September. Coming in at number 3, Mr. Elijah Carujo and his organization, $55,616 in premium this past month. The number 2 spot, this was highly contested again. This has been highly contested. Mr. Mark Neubauer, $84,709 in premium this past month. Not to be outdone by our agency owner with a brand new all-time record. That's a brand new all-time record for the Neubauer organization. Carujo is a key leader organization, and a brand new record for the Grant Reynolds organization as the overall agency owner at $87,832 in premium. Brand new all-time record for that team since they've been here. And as I've talked to these guys this past week, apparently we have seen nothing yet. That's what I love about it. Like the amount of growth we're getting ready to go through, guys, you have seen nothing yet. I promise you. And there's going to be a lot of you new people. Some bunch of leaders were down in Florida this week, and I'm hearing a lot of great things. A lot of you new people are going to blow this thing out of the water. And I don't doubt it from what I'm hearing from the leadership on this team. So super, super proud of everybody on those leaderboards. That is simply amazing, and simply just super proud of you guys and what we're doing right now and the things that we're going to be doing coming ahead. All right, so another quick thing. We got Tina's tips of the week. I'm going to be doing Tina's tips. She's out of the office for just a minute, so I'm going to be calling them out. We got Tina's tips. She says on here, please let her know if you have an agent in a different state. So if you're downline to a key leader or agency owner, or if you're a key leader or agency owner, please let Tina know if you have an agent writing in a new state, because we may have to get a new license for that state. I think just this past week, we've added Alaska and Hawaii. Yes, we are now in Alaska and Hawaii, so that's pretty awesome. And But hey, communication is key for that stuff, right? So we want to make sure that everybody through that hierarchy gets it. So if you are in a new state, or you think you might be in a new state, allow your key leader agency owner to know, and then we humbly ask key leader agency owner, you give a quick call to Miss Tina and make sure she checks everything's good to go in there. A reminder for you, another reminder for new agents that MU is currently 5 weeks behind in contracting new agents. Mutual of Omaha is what that acronym stands for. So if you're brand new, one of our tier systems, we used to use American Amicable Dignity, excuse me, American Amicable Dignity Solutions, and we used Mutual of Omaha as part of our two little company systems to start somebody out on. Now we recommend a different company. We recommend American Amicable and Foresters to get a brand new agent started quickly and paid quickly, because we want to get you guys paid if you're out there protecting families. Keep in mind, it's not a forever thing, probably about a 4 or 5 week delay for you guys starting out with Mutual of Omaha, and then you'll be able to start out with them at that time. So just be aware of that. Uplines, agency owner, key leaders, be aware of that when you're coaching people. Just coach them the correct path, because we want them to get paid quickly as they're out there protecting families. Good part is 4 or 5 weeks down the road, they'll be all contracted with them and have that at their disposal as well. Also, another thing, new agents, check your email. If you're brand new, which we got a ton of you that are brand new, guys, we have a ton of you who are brand new here. Check your email often. As you see contracting links come through, take care of them ASAP, as soon as possible. Take care of those things. It's one of the things that can hurt people is like they're sitting around wondering what they can do, but they'll simply check their email. And if you see a link come through from a carrier, go in and approve that link. This link is how you become contracted with the carriers. So just make sure you guys send that back through. So that is Miss Tina's tips of the week. So we have an exciting new contest, and we'll go over here in a minute. New records. Everybody's setting new records. We've already went over the new key leader. Corporate overview. Put this on your news and notes. We have a corporate overview on Wednesday, 7 p.m. We didn't have one last week because a lot of our leaders are going to be out of town. We allowed them time to go get some more work done. So we will have one this week. I'll be sending out the agenda for that very soon. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. What is a corporate overview, you may ask? It's the ability for you to plug people into people like Elijah Crujo, Jordan Gillum, Grant Reynolds, Joe Martinez. They host a lot of these different ones. And when they host them, then it really gives you the ability to leverage your business, see other leaders, and they're talking about what they've done here at Symmetry. It's about a 40, 45-minute presentation, and then other people can decide if this is a good fit for them, right? Showing you what we do, how we do it, and why we do it, right? And you have an opportunity to plug people into those leaders and see if it's a good fit for them. So that's it on that end. I think that's all I wanted to go on that. Yeah, I think that's all I want to go on there. So I am here to announce an exciting new contest. We've got a new contest, and I'm going to go down to my notes here because I don't want to mess you guys up, and want to make sure that we will be putting this out correctly to you guys. All right, so here's the new contest for October. We may come up with a catchy name for it. Key Leaders AO, if you have a catchy name you want me to put to this, send it to me. I'll put it out there today and we'll put it on GroupMe. So here's what we've got. We have the ability, some of you guys were with us back in the May when we did one very similar to this, but here's how it works. Okay, so we're going to have a winning point team each week awarded to their top 3 producers on their team. We're going to send out the details so you guys will see this in writing later on, but I want to share it with you. I'm not going to finalize the final numbers yet as far as what the payout is, because we have to elect, like all of our key leaders and agency owners have to think, because they have skin in the game. Daily contest, we do know this, the daily contest winner will be winning $50 each week. $50 award to the top point getter outside AO and KO. So if you want, that's a $50 lead credit that will be going directly to you. That's 5 days that you can win that. So you can win up to $250 in lead credit each week, which for a lot of you, that would be like huge. You're like doubling in your investment in your leads, which will double, triple your income. Saturday through Sunday, Monday, all counts as 1 day. Winner reported on Tuesday, so we can get the points in on the weekend. The way points work, if you're wondering how you can get points in this contest and win $50 a day if you're out there, half a point for appointment set. That's not an appointment you set on. You just called somebody, they agreed to meet with you. That's a half a point. 1 appointment for appointment ran. They showed up, you gave presentation, okay? And we're only counting Zoom presentations, right? We're only counting Zoom presentations. So they showed up, you ran the appointment. That's what we count as a Zoom presentation. 2 points contracted recruit. So if you get a contracted recruit during the week, that counts there, even if they're unlicensed, as long as they got a contract in with the proof that they're in licensing, normal rules of count. That's 2 points contracted recruit. 1 point for a children's whole life policy, 1 point for an accidental only app, and 3 points all other apps. And all your numbers, your key leader, your agency owner will get with you today and tell you when your numbers are due to them. It's due each day. We want to let you know that. Plus, there's a 10-point bonus awarded 3 times each week for a minimum of hour-long dial session hosted by the hosted on the master agency group me. 30 points total can be earned for that team for the week. So 3 different sessions hosted by a key leader or an agency owner during the week can earn that team that's competing in that an extra 30 bonus points when those leaders go out and do that right there. So like I said, unfortunately, I can't give you the final numbers because you got to do some adjustments there because we're going to have certain teams in this and certain teams may not be in this, but we will announce all the teams that have chose to compete. This will be teams that chose to compete here. Probably in about an hour, we'll be looking out on GroupMe. I'll have that out there. If you are a key leader agency owner, just send me a text saying you're in or you're out. That way I can know to put your team on there or not. So I know the Fighting Gillums are in there. I know Carujo. I know Reynolds. Yeah. So we got those people out there. So let us know and we will let you guys know from that end. All right. So that's that. Wanted to list that. Mr. Grant Reynolds, buddy. I know I'm probably putting you under the thing here. I get you asked.
What's up, good looking?
What's up, buddy? You looking good, man. You walking through
Thanks,
an airport, getting it done, man.
Just getting it done. I've done 2 interviews this morning. I've worked with new agents on contracting, even dialed a little bit. So we're just, feeling fired up, frisky, and focused over here.
I like it, man. I know. I like it. I like it. Well, I know you're getting on your airplane. Do you want to go over your part first, or you want to go ahead and introduce the BOTM? It's your choice, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go over my part first because I can do that intro on the plane if need be.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris just asked me to kind of come on and talk a little bit. We had really one of the our biggest record-breaking month ever, and did it on a 4-week turn-in. Which was pretty crazy. And so, I was thinking about and just kind of thinking about how did we do that? What led to that? And it was a few things. We took a very focused effort to work as a team, right? Well, it's one of our core values. One of our core values is that we're a true team. We strive to make a positive influence. And so we plugged into conference calls, every conference call. We plugged into dial team Zoom sessions like the ones that are going to be on here every single day. And we were doing dial team Zoom sessions every single day. And so what that meant was we were now working together. In addition to that, we raised accountability. We shared with each other, okay, what are our goals for the day? We told everybody, my goals, Elijah's goals. And so guess what? Then the next day when we had to talk about them again, did you hit your goal or did you not? And then we're able to make those tweaks. But it was being willing to be open and go 100% in, focused as a team, fighting for a common goal that in turn also helped each other. And guess what? We all had to learn a lot. In the last 2 weeks, I've learned a bunch. And I know that my team all the way across the board has. And so it's just been awesome. We have an incredible team. And excited for the future, man. It's going to be good.
I love that, man. And it's really what I loved about it, because me and you were talking down in Destin. We're like, dude, it's like, SFT got on the call the other day, the corporate office did, and they said, well, hey, we, send out these spreadsheets. And I'm like, man, that's something that you guys, and it's something this whole team's already been doing for months now. And I love that we were already in line with what the top leadership thinks that we should be doing to grow, right? Yep. I love that. And I love that your team was certainly one of the leaders of that right there, buddy. And I just, rising tide raises all ship. We've said it several times, and I just love the accountability you guys have. And then a lot of dial sessions. We talked about how important this contest that we're kicking off, right? How cool it's going to be because all the leadership is combining together to do dial sessions. So, you know, a Gillum team can hop on your call and a Reynolds team can hop on a Gillum call. You know what I mean? A Carujo can hop on a Neubauer call, and a Neubauer can hop on a Carujo call, right? So I love that, buddy. Super proud of you. Anything you want to add to that? And
Yeah, I would just say, guys, like two things. One, I learned the best how to dial by listening to Zoom sessions and then taking that and applying it and actually putting in activity. If you're making 60 dials a day, you're going to unwork yourself out of the business. It's just the truth. Like if you're wanting to do this thing full time and engage in this blitz, you are capable of more than you think you are. You've got a much higher capacity than you think you do. Don't stop until you've got what it is that you set out to do that day. If it's 8 appointments, don't stop till you got them. If it's 5, don't stop till you got them. But just keep going until you get there. And I'll tell you what, you'll surprise yourself if you plug in and stay 120% in for the next 90 days during this blitz. You're going to be surprised at what your world looks like in 90 days. Because I've seen some crazy transformations in 90 days.
Heck yeah, man. And just super proud of you guys. 4-week month, and now we're going into a 5-week month. So I think, Grant, there's not a person out there that can't set their new all-time record of production this month, either as a team or as an individual. And same thing in recruiting. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, buddy. So are you wanting to introduce Amy? Go ahead. Oh, you're muted. I muted you. Dadgummit. My bad. I got you, buddy. Boom. I got you.
I'm sorry about that. I hit the,
No,
it was like habit. I hit the mute button and then I'm like, crap, can't unmute that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited. She's brand new with us. I think she's been here maybe a month. She's written over 5,000 in premium already. She is hustling, working 3A down to 50-cent bonus leads, out there making over $300 a week, consistently on calls, just a student of this business. And I'll tell you what, at the end of this year, you're going to see her name a whole lot. But the one thing I love about her, she's one of the most coachable, one of the most dedicated people, because she didn't come from sales. She'd never done insurance before. Well, she plugged into this thing and she said, what can I do for me and my family? And she's out there crushing it, and I just can't wait. So grab your pen and notepad, because she's brand new, just like a whole bunch of y'all, and she's getting results. So Amy Ostrom out of Ohio. On to you, girl.
Aw, thank you for the support and the kind words, Grant. That really means a lot. I'm Amy Ostrom, direct to Grant Reynolds, and I am just going to go over the end part of the Slight Edge book, which is absolutely amazing. This was the first book that I read as part of this symmetry team, and it hit me on so many different levels that it just has inspired me, is basically where it's at. So it was mentioned at the end of the book, but it was also mentioned at the beginning, and there's a lot of information in the middle. But one of the key things that really stuck out to me in this book was we live in an instantaneous world. So from food, spicy chicken sandwiches on the road, to knowledge. Hey Siri, I don't know how to do this. How do you do it? It's so instantaneous that it becomes addictive to our success and our happiness. And if it doesn't happen instantaneous with our happiness and our success, we quit. Because everything around us, we want right now. We don't want to put in the time. We don't want to put in the effort. And the hardest part is breaking that cycle and allowing time to kick in and allowing us to do the activity we have to do and to not lose the momentum in order to get that happiness and success. And the other thing that I took away from it towards the end of the book was talking about how the slight edge is, most importantly, I think to me personally, that you have to take your own path and you can't compare it to someone else's. Me and Grant are on two completely different levels. And me and someone else that's only been here a month are on completely different levels because of our activity. So I can't compare myself to anyone but myself. And I have to keep with the very simple daily routines that turn into the person that I am daily. So it's just like anything that we do, very simple, very mundane. It turns us into people that can aspire to inspire people. I read that on a church that's right down the block from me the other day, and I put it in GroupMe. That was absolutely amazing. And it took me back to the slide edge of every day, inspire to aspire before you expire. And that's a lot of what the slide edge did for me. Was it made me take a look in the mirror at myself. And my husband and my grandpa, which are two people that are completely inspiring to me, they always said the same thing. If you point your finger at one person, you have three fingers that are pointing back to yourself. So you have to turn that around, and instead of criticizing other people and judging other people and ridiculing them, you have to look at yourself. And if you're not happy where you're at and you're not positive, you need to look in the mirror and you need to do some work. And that starts with the slide edge. Very simple, very silly, routine things that you do every day. Think of something positive. Don't think of something negative. So that's a lot of where I'm at. And towards the end of the book, he was talking about a huge part of your dreams and goals is to write them down, but also to make some kind of a visual. You have to be able to see what you want. And in order to keep that focus and that positive focus, but also activity, you have to be able to see it, and you have to come up with a plan. It's not just going to happen. It's not just going to instantaneously, just like life. It's not just going to zap you, and it's not just going to happen. So you have to execute a plan and put forth the effort. So, sorry, I had a customer calling me. So that's about all I have. So very inspiring book, very motivational, but also very much within, for the first time, fully looking into the mirror. And it is incredibly helped me as a person, but also as a professional and as a team player. I think that's really key to all of this, is to be a team player and to focus not just on you, but also on the team and having that positive. We all need a little bit of that. So yeah, that's all I got for you, Chris.
Hey, buddy, you did an awesome job, lady. And I can't wait to get to meet you in person now.
Oh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking so bad right now.
Oh, you did awesome. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You did awesome, amazing. And I was sitting here taking notes. So when you saw me, I was like, you know, if you're not happy where you're at, I love what you said there. If you're not happy where you're at, guess what? You got yourself there, right? I love that. Yeah. Like it's like that ownership of that is very just self-liberating for all of us, because me, you know, I remember here I was, you know, 16 years ago driving around on a forklift and I wasn't in life where I wanted to be, Amy. And I was like, man, every day I'd BWC, and that stands for rhymes with witch, whine and complain. You know what I mean? And that's what I did every day about my life. And then I started reading these books 16 years ago. And guess what? I was like, well, guess what? Apparently it's me that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I drove myself out of,
it's getting out of negative. I worked at my old job for 13 years and was miserable for probably 12.
Right.
Because it was such a toxic, negative environment. And working with Grant and Elijah and Tracy and everybody else on the team, the amount of positive that has changed within myself is because of them. And that's
Right.
so inspiring that I want so many other people to be able to feel.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I feel it from you. And it's like just getting rid of what we call victimhood, right?
Yep.
Getting rid of that victimhood, because I promise you, if you met me 16 years ago, I would have told you why I wasn't where I needed to be. And it had nothing to do with me. It was circumstances, right?
Exactly.
And I gave up those circumstances and realized it was me, and I was responsible to get me where I needed to get to. And you know, it's something I always say, but I love reminding everybody out there. Remember, there's two things in life that we can change. There's two things we can't change. We can't change other people, and we can't change our past. And I used to focus on my past, and I focused on other people, right?
Oh yeah.
And then when I started reading the books, I was like, but there's two things you can change: yourself and your future. And I was like, man, that just started liberating me. And when you talk about this stuff, it's awesome. And I loved what you said about the instant gratification, because we all we're in a microwave society, right? We stand in front of a microwave with a pizza, and if it's not ready in 30 seconds, we're mad, right? And it's like, you can't treat yourself like a microwave. We're all in an oven. We're in that oven, and we got time to simmer, and we're all going to get better, and we're all going to get, more done and self-develop. And it's just having not that instant gratification, but that be patient, 1% better that it talks about in some of these chapters of this book. 1% better each day, man. At the end of the year, you gained another 365% of yourself, right?
Yeah.
So proud of you, Amy. Thank you for that
Thank
breakdown.
you.
And just a pleasure to have you a part of the organization. So welcome aboard, buddy. That's
Thank
awesome.
you
Yeah,
very much.
that's awesome. All right, so let's see if we've got him out here, the legend himself. Let me see if I got him out here.
There we go.
There we go, buddy. Let me bring it on here.
What's up, team?
Man, let me read it out for y'all again. This gentleman wrote 37 applications this month personally, 45,220 in premium. Broke out is now a key leader in our organization. Team did over 54,000, right at the cusp of 55,000 as a team. So super proud of you, buddy. And it sounds like you got in at like 5:30 a.m. this morning, and you're still a trooper and made it to the call, helping out people, buddy. And one thing I want to start out with, Elijah, so you listen to a podcast that I've been meaning to promote on here. And will you lead it off with that right there? Give yourself a quick introduction, lead it off with that podcast, what you got out of it, and maybe what other people could get out of that podcast.
Absolutely. My name is Elijah Carujo. I'm out here in Newport News, Virginia, direct to the true legend himself, Brent Reynolds and Chris Cook. So I was on a plane yesterday for way too freaking long, man, way too long. But while I was on there, I was downloading podcasts because rather than I fly Delta, and so they've got those TVs built into the seats. I literally never watch movies on them. I've flown on tons of planes. I've literally never watched movies on planes. I'm either reading, sleeping, or listening to a podcast. And so I came across one because I saw it on I think Todd Spivey posted about it. The founders, Brendan and Casey, were featured on a business's podcast called 0 to 5,000. And so the guys who run that podcast are, I think it's Mitchell McClure and I forget the other guy's name. The two founders of Giant, they routinely are on Symmetry's calls and come to our conferences and stuff like that. Their name will come to me later, but they were interviewing them. It's Jordan Mitchell and Drew McClure. That's what their names are. Yep. But the premise of the interview was really interesting to me. Basically, the Drew McClure and Jordan were asking him about the early stages of starting Symmetry and what it was like. What was the climate like when they left the previous company and started this from pretty much scratch? Like, they brought a couple people with them from the previous company, but it was not instantaneous. It took years to get where they were at. And it started with 3 guys. And at that time, Brian Pope was not one of those 3. It was Brandon Casey and Casey's brother, Linwood. And so it's really neat to get into the mind of these just entrepreneurial and growth-focused giants and to see what it was like when they first started. And one of the reoccurring things, Drew McClure kept asking just these really well-poised questions to get into the mind. It wasn't just, what did you think about this when you got started? It was more so, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them as a result of your growth? Stuff like that. And one of the big things that both Casey and Brandon kept coming back to, and was a reoccurring theme no matter what question they were asked, was how focused on personal growth they were. Now, these were guys who they started Symmetry and left a company that they were making a great living. Like, these guys were near the top of the previous company and started from scratch, and people that you would look at from the outside in, not really thinking that growth is a focus. Like, almost like these guys have almost already arrived, but they were so focused on growing themselves as leaders, because the reality is, and the slight edge plays into this, Amy, you crushed it, by the way, but if you're not employing the slight edge, if you yourself are not growing, you can't be a 5 and expect to attract 8s. Eagles are not hanging out with turkeys. Okay. And Brandon and Casey know that on such a deep level, and they realize that, like, yes, they were good in the business. These guys are smart. They're leaders. They're great salespeople at the root of it all. But if they wanted to take Symmetry from where it was when it first started to where they knew it could be, they had to surround themselves with people who were better and smarter and more attractive than they were, because this is a people business where it compounds. As you grow, people start to kind of orbit around you, and you attract more people to you. They called it internal gravity, is how they described it. As you grow, you grow yourself as a leader, your internal gravity gets stronger. You start to attract those higher level people. And so it's the law of the lid, which John Maxwell talks about. You are the cap of your team. And so if you want to attract those 10s, even 11s, 15 level people, you yourself have to be at that level. You're not going to just wake up at that level. You also have to work to keep yourself at that level. And so that's why I love that we're doing a blitz right now. This is the best time of the year where everybody in the company is rallying around a similar goal. And that goal is personal growth, which will feed into your business growth. And in doing so, you're going to increase your internal gravity. You're going to elevate your level of thinking, because you, like Grant said, you are capable of more than you think. And so I highly recommend you listen to the podcast. It's an hour and a half. Every single minute is gold. There's no ads, which I love. Hate ads in podcasts. And so I posted the link, and go listen to it. Go listen to it, because we're in a season of life right now where we can't get around the founders. We can at conference, whenever that is, but go listen to it and get into these guys' heads, because it's like you're a fly on a wall in a really cool conversation. So go listen to it and see if you can apply that to your business.
I love that. And for you guys out there, brand new people, he posted on the GroupMe app yesterday. So if you want to know where that link is, just go back to that link and click on it and have a listen. I'm telling you, it'll be worth your weight in gold, because I've known those guys, been fortunate enough to know them since I was 32 years old, for 16 years now. So pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, so awesome. So, all right, Mr. Elijah, I did have a question for you, and just thought prompt you with that. We'll let everybody go after that. So let's do this. I had that question. So if you were to go back in time, right? So you're now, how long you been with SFT? How long have you been in Symmetry?
2 years, man. 2 years.
2 years. 2 years and 1 month. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, knowing the self-growth you went through, knowing certainly you got better at your skill level of out in sales, helping families, right, that we help out in the field, and all the things that you've learned here, the conference you went to, the people you've met. If you could take a time machine right now and go back to the first day that you started, and you could give advice to your previous self, what's some advice you would give yourself?
Man, I would tell myself a bunch, but I think the biggest thing that I would tell myself is stop waiting for stuff to happen. This business is It's incredible if you haven't gathered that already. But when I first started, I kind of approached it with the same strategy as people who play the lottery do, where you kind of hope something is going to happen and come up itself just by picking up the phone and making a couple calls. And what I would do is I would cap my activity and hope for the best. And I would cap my activity pretty low. By law, I would make like $50, $60 in a week. My biggest lead, or my first lead investment, was $50, which there's nothing wrong with, but it didn't really grow much past that for a long time. And so what was happening is I wasn't getting results. And so what I would tell myself, and if you're new, if you're in your first 90 days, I would say, stop waiting for something to happen, because this business is not a lottery. This is an ATM, and it only becomes an ATM when you take the cap or the lid off of your activity. And what I did when I first started it out is I would give up and take breaks way too quick. I would dial for 45 minutes and then take a break for 2 hours. What the heck kind of work rest ratio is that? And I know I am not the only one. So if I'm stepping on your toes, you are welcome. And so yeah. I would treat this thing like it was almost like a roller coaster, man. And you know this, Chris, because you and I had tons of conversations about my numbers. My numbers were not consistent. One week I would make close to 200. The next I'd make 60. And I would be calling you upset. Why aren't these leads working, man? And so the piece of advice I'd give myself is stop waiting and stop giving up before you hit your goal. Is I would set these lofty goals. Like, I want to write $5,000 this week. But then I would stop working when I got tired of working, and I'd only have 3 appointments. And then I would wonder, man, what went wrong here? What went wrong? It's like baking a cake, but you're not following a recipe, and you're throwing haphazard stuff. But then you get burnt brownies instead of a vanilla cake. You get what I'm saying? And your activity and your schedule is a recipe. The results at the end of the week are the dessert. But if you don't follow the recipe or you don't follow a schedule, you can't get mad when you don't get what you wanted at the end of the week. And so I see a lot of new people, like, I was not the only one. They just, they don't have the right expectations when they start, and they sell themselves short. They don't give themselves a fair shot. Anybody can do this. The leads are not the problem. The scripts are not the problem. The products are not the problem. The training is not the problem. You're the one factor that you have the most control over. And I don't know if everybody recognizes that. And when you recognize that you control, like, you have complete control over the results that you get, that's where stuff starts to get really crazy. And for me, like, I'm 6 weeks in a row now over 10K. What happened 7 weeks ago was I had a conversation with myself, and I said, I see all these guys on the national leaderboards kicking ass. Why not me? I'm just as good. Shoot, I'm better than half these jokers, and I know it. And if they can do it, what's stopping me? And the thing that was stopping me is I got comfortable and complacent. I would write $6,000 or $7,000, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted more. That's just my personal preference. If I could write 10K in a week, why am I selling myself short? And so whatever that goal is for you, I'm not telling you if you're new, you have to write 10K in a week, but get clear on what it is you're wanting, and don't wait for it to happen, because it's not going to just, cakes don't bake themselves. Okay. And so those are probably the 2 biggest pieces of advice I give myself, Chris.
I love it, buddy. Cakes don't bake themselves, man. You put in the ingredients. Hey, 6 straight weeks of 10,000 or more production, buddy. Super proud of you. Looks like you're going in. I know you're already a top producer here at Symmetry. It looks like you may be going into elite status, maybe coming up the end of this month, what it looks like. So super proud of you, buddy, because you are an elite company with what you've done. And guys, just heed his advice. I love what he just said, man, is come up with a plan and just follow through with it, right? So
if you need help with follow through, make your goals public. I don't know if you guys remember, but I posted at the beginning of September, I'm going to write 40K. I want to deposit $20,000. Those are big, lofty goals that I wrote down, I made public, and then I followed through with them. And by the end of the day tomorrow, I will have hit that deposit goal. I've already passed the APV goal. And so so make your goals public, and also talk with your upline about them, because if you just make a goal with yourself, it's going to have the same effect of going to the gym by yourself. You're not going to push yourself. You'll get tired and then you'll give up. And because it's easy to negotiate the cost of success if you're not talking to nobody else. Success costs what it costs. I heard Matt and Brad Smith say that. And you have to fall in love with the process that gets you success, not what success buys you. And if you want to experience that yourself, make your goals public, no matter how big or small. And nobody's judging the size of your goals. But if you put a goal out there and then you follow up with very little activity, there you go. And so I would say do that. I'm going to do it again this month. I'll put out my goals. I'm actually mapping them out today with what I want to do in October, because it's a 5-week month. You only get like 3 of those a year. And so it is a huge opportunity that everybody can capitalize on, especially with the blitz. And everybody's doing it at the same time. So there's going to be this momentum and this buzz of activity, plus this daily contest. If I was a new agent, we weren't doing these contests when I was a new agent. That's why I was only investing $50 in leads, because I was broke. If you're broke and you need more leads, get on this daily contest. $50. I mean, that's, what'd you say, Chris? $250 a week in leads?
$250 a week. Yep.
Shoot, it'd be dumb to not take advantage of that. And the key leaders and above are not competing in the daily contest. And so you got a fair shot if you're brand new. So put in the activity, get over that learning curve, and pop your head up in a couple weeks and see what your world looks like, man. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, buddy. Well, you're amazing, my friend. We're all grateful you're on this team. We're all grateful for you raising the tide of all of our ships. And buddy, super proud to be in business with you. Thank you, everybody. Let's go out and have a killer week. Appreciate everybody. See y'all.